Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Agnostic Haywood, reading the Bible for the first time in 25 years. Feel free to like, subscribe, or not. This is just me deconstructing after many years, trying to make sense of a lot of things I was taught, or verses in the Bible that were ignored, as it may be. All right, regardless. All right, this is Genesis 15, God's covenant with Abram. After this, the word of the Lord came to Abram in a vision. Do not be afraid. I'm your shield. I'm your great reward. Your very great reward. But Abram said, "O sovereign Lord, what can you give me since I remain childless? The one who will inherit my estate is Eliezer of Damascus." I don't really know where all this is going. Abram said, "You have given me no children, so a servant in my household will be my heir." Word Lord came to him. Okay. I just always get nervous with that particular statement. Is it legit? Is it, nowadays you say somebody's talking to you and it's schizophrenia. Not a joke. Not to poke fun at that. It's a very real thing. And schizophrenia should be treated. And the symptoms not ignored. There's a lot out there to help people. All right. A son coming from your own body will be your heir. Okay, so God said he'll get a son. Look up at the heavens. All right, so show your offspring breathe. I don't really even know. Is it daylight? I don't know. Obviously, there's no light pollution. It would kind of be nice if there weren't light pollution. You could see the stars. That's another story. Abram believed the Lord, credited him his righteousness. He also said to him, "I'm the Lord who brought you out of Ur," something other. There's just no archaeological evidence of most of this. It's just stories over time. When people wrote a lot of this down is debatable. There's people who linguistically study. I think there may have been two different groups that wrote these stories. So the Lord said to him, "Bring me a heifer, goat, and a ram, along with a dove and a pigeon." I don't know. Heifer is a cow. Goat and a ram, each 3 years old. I don't know why. Abram brought all these to him, cut them in two. Jeez Louise. Pretty brutal. Bring me a what? All right, that's new to me. As you can tell, I haven't read this in a while. As the sun was setting, Abram fell into a deep sleep. Thick, dreadful darkness came over him. The Lord said to him, "Know for certain your descendants will be strangers in a country not their own, enslaved and mistreated 400 years. Punish the nation they serve as slaves, and afterward they will come out with great possessions. You, however, will go to your father's." This just gets kind of weird, man. When you read stuff like this, it has to be, when you read about it's so specific to one group. You got to figure it is their God, so to speak. And then heard an argument one time that, that there was the original of the Bible was like acknowledging there were many gods. There was some changing in the very beginning, in the beginning kind of thing. One little one little article, a versus the, can change the meaning of a lot of things. In a beginning, the beginning. All right, when the sun had set and darkness had fallen, smoking firepot with blazing torch appeared and passed between the pieces. Holy mackerel, dude. I tell you what, I would be leaving out. All right, okay, so this guy said he'd be old, come back. I don't even know. Sin of the Amorites, what in the world? I just can't think of anything less contemporary, quite frankly, than a lot of this. Amorites is not, I don't know. I don't know. Probably read over it. To your descendants I give this land. Fine. Kenites, something heights, Raphidites, Amorites, Canaanite. I don't know, man. People read this stuff. I have relatives that read this and just go Old Testament, I don't even know. The only thing I read out of that is I think smoking firepot with a blazing torch appeared, passed between the pieces. I'm just saying. Just saying. Something's odd there. All right. Let's go through the next one real quick. Sarah, Abram's wife, had borne him no children. She had an Egyptian maidservant named Hagar. So she said to Abram, the Lord has kept me from having children. Go sleep with my maidservant. But Abram was happy. Whatever. Abram agreed. Oh, I'm sure it was reluctant. Old Abram. It was probably like, okay. After Abram had been living in Canaan, Sarah, his wife, took her Egyptian maidservant Hagar, gave her to her husband to be his wife. He slept with Hagar, and she conceived. When she knew she was pregnant, she began to despise her mistress. Sarah said to Abram, you are responsible for the wrong I'm suffering. Put my servant in your arms, and now she knows she is pregnant. She despises me. May the Lord judge between you and me. Well, I guess that wasn't a good idea, was it? How's that going to end well? I mean, maybe for some people, but whatever. Your servant is in your hands, Abram said. Do with her whatever you think's best. Hagar fled. The Lord found Hagar near spring. Hagar, servant of Sarai, where have you come from? Where are you going? Why would you have to ask? Who knows, right? Running away from Sarai, my mistress. Angel of the Lord told her, go back, submit to her. You're too numerous to count. That's just weird. Angel of the Lord gave her another poem. You are now a child. You will name him Ishmael. He'll be your son. The Lord has heard your mirror. He'll be a white donkey of a man. I'm not going to lie. That is one of the funniest things I've heard today. You wild donkey of a man. Wild donkey. He will live in hostility towards all his brothers. What? She gave this name to the Lord who spoke to her. You're the God who sees me, for she said, I have now seen the one who sees me. That was why the well was called what? I don't know. What does this have to do with anything? You know, you ever watch a movie and like stuff happens and you're like, what? Where'd that come? Like you missed earlier episodes or like the Avengers series, you know, and you miss a movie and like, how did this happen? They fill you in. Well, I feel like they're not filling me in on this. Hagar bored Abram a son. Abram gave the name Ishmael. Okay, Abram was 86 years old. Sweet. These ages are so ridiculous. 86 years old. They have to have been wrong about some units of years, like what a year was. Maybe, I'm thinking years might have been like seasons. 86 seasons old, maybe. Forward to that would be, it's to be 21. I guess that's reasonable to have a kid. All right, that's it. Because I'm looking at the next item and thinking, holy moly, we're going to need some time for that one. Y'all have a good day.